Welcome, everyone, back to Gridiron and Grit with your host, Hollywood Jacob Worthen. Today, it's Money Talks, Pads and Pads Pop, NCAA fallout from the House settlement. And guess what, everybody? Football is back this week with the Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio. We're going to be previewing that game as well. Joining me, as always, I got the two bros with me, Camden, the whistleblower White, and Nathaniel Philly Graham Dolan. Boys, how are we doing on this fine Tuesday?
Thursday's fucking football, so
Yeah, it'd be better. It'd be better in 2 days, but
yeah,
it's just like second
today,
Monday today,
but because it's today,
without having Monday Night Football the night before.
Yeah.
No,
like,
I hear that entirely. This is the last. From now on, we got football every week until February, which I am stoked about. One of the things that we're going to be talking about this year, I'm sure a lot, is a lot of people talked about NIL playing a big deal in college sports, but now we have that House versus NCAA settlement paving the way for the future of NIL in college athletics. I mean, it just recently, paying college players, but it's very different now. So, this has finally been approved after 5 years of litigation because it was originally filed. It was a class action lawsuit filed in 2020, and now it's finally been settled 5 years later for a $2.8 billion settlement.
Just a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Know what kind of salaries these guys are going to make?
So the schools, from what I have read, they have a 20.5 million annually to give to all of the programs or all of the scholarships on their rosters for each one of their teams. So they have to divvy it up between each program. 20.4.
That's a little bit different, I think, what you're talking about.
That's what I've been reading.
I don't know if they're going to put scholarship money paying players. I guess they could pay them based on how they perform, But also, it'd be kind of shitty, in my opinion, if you're like, you don't have a scholarship and you're trying to go to school and you have a friend who's he got a scholarship for football. He's not paying for school and now he's getting paid a lot of fucking money, right? Like he's 19 years old, making a shit ton of money.
For the beer then.
Huh?
You better be paying for that beer then.
He's buying the beer at all the parties,
dude. Buying the beer, bro.
He better be paying for everything, dude, if they're paying college players.
UFC fights, anything.
Well, one of the things that's also been implemented is like a roster cap. So it used to be like you could have like 105 individuals on a team. That's been taken down now to 85, and it honestly sucks to me because I love watching developmental programs like. So
you said 85 because I read it was 105. It was 105 is the cap for the rosters. Now.
Sounds like it's
sorry about that. 105 is the cap. The traditional cap of 85 scholarships has been replaced by roster limits. My bad. My wording was wrong on that. You're right. And then schools may designate certain players exempt from initial limits for fairness. And it's very weird because now the NCAA has long maintained this image of amateurism, but now with this, amateurism is dead. Like you can't continue to try to hold that image of amateurism.
I agree completely with that.
Pulling the roster down takes away a lot of opportunities for a lot of players too. A lot of people that could shine potentially that aren't able to now because they've, changed the roster cap. So
yeah, and it sucks. And I mean, I know I never shut up about Iowa, but one of the great things I loved about Iowa and I still do love about Iowa, is that they were able to recruit like these 2-3-star recruits out of high school and turn them into NFL prospects. Like George Kittle out of high school wasn't that highly touted recruited. Went to Iowa, made a name for himself, got big in the NFL.
Wasn't Josh Allen a walk-on?
Yeah, over at
right?
I think he was a walk-on at Wyoming, if I'm not mistaken. I can always look that up. One of the beautiful things about, recording as well as being on my computer, I can pull up tabs and look stuff up to make sure we're not completely wrong about things.
So I did write this down just to give you an idea before the settlement was made. I went off of Penn State's roster for their football team last year. They had 120 players, right? 85 of them had scholarships, and then 35 of them were walk-ons and non-scholarships. So that's kind of going to be sucky too, because not only are you, like you said, cutting down the amount of people, it's really just taking away the chances of like some of these players that didn't shine as good in high school now, they might never actually get to see the field. So it's really shitty.
And now it's just turning into the professional way of sports where whoever's got the bigger pocketbook is going to be able to get the better players. And
yeah,
sucks. So I was able to look it up. Josh Allen, even though he wasn't highly recruited out of high school, he did get a scholarship from Wyoming after playing a year of JUCO ball.
Okay.
But that was his only Division I offer was Wyoming. Right. But yeah, no. It's fine. I mean, I feel like it would have been safe to assume he was a walk-on without knowing entirely. And now, the major winners of the ones who benefit from all of this is going to be your football players as well as probably men's basketball. Your major revenue drivers, they stand to benefit the most from direct payments and retroactive compensation.
Yeah, that's also something I was reading a lot about too. So especially for the back pay for former Division I athletes, it seems like 2.8 billion payout, but most of it's going to be going to men's football and men's basketball. So where's the love for the other sports at?
Yeah, right. Non-revenue sports are gonna not really get a whole lot. So, like swimming, tennis, track, they may be deprioritized. And then, you also have your smaller schools and non-Power 5 programs, like ones that a couple of us are gonna be covering today, or like in college football, like Ohio, Coastal Carolina, James Madison, ODU. Like they're gonna struggle with this stuff.
These smaller schools definitely aren't going to have the funds and stuff to pay players like these, Big Ten schools and stuff like that. The really big ones. So, are the players at these Big Ten schools getting paid more for playing there just because they have talent? They got scouted by the right people at the right time. Like what is it going to be fair at all on how they're paying people? And go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, I think that's something that President Trump is trying to put in, is that he wants it to be fair across the board, like with a salary cap kind of thing. That way nobody gets too much.
What is a salary cap? I want to know.
I don't think there's been a set number for college football on the salary cap just yet, but I know he's looking to get that implemented.
I know that they have third parties. It's like $600 is like the limit before they have to actually go up to the school board and everything like that to do more with it, which is another thing that's like even more annoying. It's like, so not only are you getting paid to buy the school now, you're also getting paid third person.
Yeah, no, I get that 100%. And one of the things that came like when NIL first started, like I wasn't against the paying of college players for their like name, image, or likeness. But I didn't think they needed like six figures deals. Like I'm all about like if you can go out and like build your brand and get a shoe deal, congratulations for you. Way to hustle. But I didn't think that they needed like, oh, like I'll use Nico Lava, Tennessee quarterback last year. He's now at UCLA. He said he wasn't going to play for tennis. I mean, we can quibble quabble he's what his real thing is, but he asked for more money from the University of Tennessee and NIL. Otherwise, he was going to transfer. And then he ended up Tennessee was like, "No, we're not doing that. You can have what we originally agreed to." But he like, "No, I don't want to do that." And he ended up transferring to UCLA, and now he's going to make less money out there.
Can I say this? I think that maybe these players that are getting paid, obviously they don't have to have a job outside of school now, and so they're going to be making decent, whatever it is, money, right? So if they're making this money and they're going out and they've got a lot more free time than other college students, and going out and spending it on stuff that they don't necessarily need as much, do you think maybe that's gonna have a negative effect on the way players perform? Because now they've got plenty of drinking money. They don't have to go and do a job to have some extra cash.
Responsibility.
They're losing a lot of responsibility by getting paid now, with also not having to pay for school, and this is it might be bad for the NCAA, dude.
I agree.
Bad images on Big 10, Big 12. Like it doesn't. There's going to be a lot of negative output coming out of this too. I agree with that a lot.
I think this may be a mistake. I think we may see not performance go down and more problems in the schools and stuff.
To me, I completely agree. I don't think if it's regulated fairly, it's going to turn into a Wild West scenario, and then no one's going to be happy about it. I know going to the Big Ten media days, the Big Ten coaches I talked to about it, they are advocating for fairness with this. They want it to be fair up and down the board because somebody like Purdue and Iowa and like Northwestern, they're not going to have the funds necessarily as say an Alabama or a Texas A&M to compete. Ohio State maybe, but like we don't care about Ohio State here.
I was about to say Ohio State's going to have ample amount of money to do whatever the fuck they want with. They've got fuck you money, and there's nothing that anybody can do about it.
It's weird, and it's going to be, I feel like it's going to be bad for college football, but we'll see. I mean, what this whole things mean for college football is we've already touched on it a little bit. Amateurism is officially ending, now that schools are able to share in athletic competition. We should see recruiting strategies will evolve, like more with transfer reliance, fewer walk-ons.
Transfer portal is about to become a big thing. Though I will say this, the third party paying out of that, I feel like that's a good idea. That's what they should have gone with, because you could set a standard that way. You have to have a certain image still. You're still going to school. You're not getting paid by the school. It's just whatever. For example, Nike is like, hey, we want to sponsor you. This is how much we want to pay you. But they still have to go off a guideline that the schools have made saying this student still has to be able to have like a C+ average to be able to even get the payments. they have to be exemplary and like role models and everything like that. But when you're now giving them both, not only the third party and the fact that the school's paying, going off what Cam's saying, it's going to like, there's no way to really, because you're talking about a 19-year-old kid. What would you do with that money if you, at 19, if you were getting paid that much money? Because I know what I would be doing.
I mean, I'm a nerd. I wouldn't say I'd be investing for my future per se, but
I'd be blowing it all at the liquor store.
Not necessarily all at the liquor store. I'd probably be buying a lot of like a bunch of swag for my dorm room, getting like brand new car,
like PS5s.
Yeah,
wasting it. Putting money in times on things that aren't football related, most likely, right? So, and not developing the character traits they need to learn how to work for their stuff, just being given it. I think it's supposed to, I was just looking it up. It looks like it's supposed to go back from 2016. So players from 2016 up now are still they're going to get paid as well because of publicity rights and stuff like that. I think maybe this became a big thing when just college football 25 came out. You know,
well, that's how they were able to start making those games again.
Yeah, I liked it because every player that opted into it to have their likeness and name shown was given $600 and a free copy. That's perfect. Like you don't need more than that. Who needs like a couple G's just to have your face in a video game?
Yeah. Well, this is the other thing too. It's already from this happening, it's already affecting other sports. Like as of June 19th, a dozen Division I Olympic sports have been impacted. Like most of them are volleyball from what I've seen, but approximately 41 programs were reported as cut after that. So how many more programs are going to start getting cut because they're not as exciting as March Madness or a national championship game? Like, you still need people to be able to play in the Olympics, or
we're getting soft.
And then the next thing I've got is what's going to now, since they're getting paid, more people are going to start watching. I mean, already college football is a massive thing that people watch every year. It's going to start becoming like the NFL, where like certain things are going to, people are going to start nitpicking at certain things. Like fines are going to get worse. Like, what do they start fining people even more? Too. That's the other thing. How much are you going to fine a college student?
I think the fine should fit the crime. I think, one of the things that I was always worried about is like you're giving all these young athletes so much money. And I look at Henry Ruggs from Alabama as an example, highly touted wide receiver coming out of Alabama, got drafted by Las Vegas, got a lot of money, and then ended up using that money to party a little bit too hard, and then ends up fatally killing a woman after going 100 miles an hour through Las Vegas. I mean,
what about the other guy that literally, I think it was also on the Raiders. It was a dude with like an assault rifle walking around. You remember that?
Not off the top of my head, but I wouldn't put anything past that Raiders team. They're wild. But like
Las Vegas.
You know what I mean? Like having a lot of money like that will change you. And for those out there that say it probably doesn't, well, it will. Trust me. And then I mean, I've never been around that much money in my life, but I know it would change me. I'd start acting like a way bigger asshole because that's what that kind of money does to you.
Impossible.
What do you mean impossible?
There's no way you could be a bigger asshole than you already are.
Oh yeah. I'd start talking about like, being able to buy you and your family. But those days are past.
Yeah. No comment.
Exactly. No, but like it's a lot, and I know non-revenue sports are going to take a hit. Volleyball is going to take a hit. Swimming's definitely going to take a hit. I hope wrestling doesn't. I hope wrestling doesn't take a hit because
there are some examples if you want to hear. UTEP cut women's tennis. Cal Poly eliminated the swimming and diving for both men and women. Grand Canyon University shuttered its men's volleyball program. University of Louisiana cut women's tennis. Washington State pretty much confined their track and field team, eliminating field events. So, like, it's already started in the.
It's really
football
messed
season
up.
hasn't even started yet. Like, that's the insane thing. This has been going on since June.
It's gonna be the eventually, and I hate to say it, it's probably just gonna end up being college football and fucking
college basketball
left, which sucks because like I don't get me wrong, I'll beat my chest all day about, you know, I love watching the NFL and I love seeing who's going to win the national championship. But I also love watching the Olympics. I love watching Americans take home the gold. And, you know, with shit like this going on, it's just going to get rid of sports like that. And it's not going to be fun for anybody.
On the positive side, though, it does increase the amount of scholarships because they got rid of that limit for scholarships. So there's more of a chance, even if you're not a football team or a basketball team, to get a scholarship because the limit originally was 85 scholarships. So, and from what I've also been reading, yes, the walk-ons are going to be impacted, but it also might benefit them too because you're going to get more of a competitiveness coming out of those walk-ons to fill in like major gaps maybe in your team that you couldn't find recruiting out of high school, or that star quarterback that just got drafted to the Browns because they were very unfortunate in the draft. You know, I mean, that's the exciting side of it, but it still doesn't make up for the fact that there's so much shit that's just about to just disappear.
Oh, yeah. And you're going to see a lot more high schoolers go JUCO for a year because if memory serves me right, I think they just you don't lose years of eligibility by playing at the JUCO level anymore. So you're able to keep all your years. So you're going to see a lot more high schoolers probably go to JUCO for a year and then probably hopefully advance on to D1 football, if not. Or they'll go
D1 anything.
Yeah.
Not just football, D1 anything, because
I forgot that was on. I get my ESPN notifications, and every time it comes on, it plays the da-na-na.
Every time I heard that, especially when I was in the shop back in Washington, I would be like, "Who's hurt?" That's the first thing that came to mind was, "Who's hurt?"
Traded. Yeah, it's always trade news, or this time of year, it's like when games are getting ready to start. So, like, I just got a notification that the Cubs versus the Brewers are getting ready to start. Being a Cubs fan, yeah, that's it. Hey,
there's another sport that's going to probably get impacted is baseball.
You would think. I mean, I don't know. College baseball it's got its own tight-knit community.
It's its own universe, but think about it. What's more popular, basketball, football, or baseball?
Well, if you're a fan of the SEC, all three are popular.
There you go.
Because you got good SEC football teams, good basketball teams, and good baseball teams.
I can't imagine them
go ahead,
cutting all these programs after the next however long it's going to be. But I mean,
it's not going to be after like one season, but you're going to start seeing a gradual decline in all these other programs.
It happens in high schools all the time. All the time.
Lacrosse is still a thing.
Yeah.
Well, not high schools, but in colleges, it seems weird that they would cut sports programs. I mean, I get why, but
yeah,
just saying, like, it's just taking away from being a kid and growing up and learning a competitive sport and
they've already
going through all the
taken that
phases
out
of
with the pan.
life that you should go through, and this NCAA versus House settlement is taken away from that. It is destroying the community, I think. And I don't think it's really fair. I don't think they should have done it. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it now, so we'll see how it goes. If it starts getting real soft, and I see players not performing like they did in years past, I'm going to be pretty disappointed.
I mean, I might stop watching.
I think everyone would agree, and I feel like that's probably what will happen.
If I wanted to watch drama, I'd just continuously watch the NFL.
Exactly, and I love college football. And the reason why I love college football is because I always felt like there's a higher level of love for the game at that level because they are all out there trying to prove themselves.
Yep.
They don't have to worry about a guaranteed paycheck, but now they're getting that. And I don't think that's fair. And I don't necessarily like it, but you know what? This is the world we live in now. And we're just going to have to navigate it. And ultimately, if it turns into a drama like we see on TV, well, then I'm probably just going to stick to NASCAR until wrestling season starts. I will watch cars drive left all damn day, and don't tell me I won't, because I will.
We've been bashing it though a little bit. Maybe we should talk somewhat positives too that come out of this. Like,
it's so hard to talk positives about it, but I mean, there are good things about it. Yes. I mean, like, I like that retroactive back pay to the athletes from 2016. That's great. Outside of that, it's very hard for me to talk positive about it unless, it can maintain a fair competitive landscape across all of college sports. If it can do that, I'll be more than happy to talk positive about it more.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Like, the most positive thing I can see from this is the scholarships. So instead of 85, you have 105 scholarships you can give away. And, good example, I was a swimmer in high school. I would have loved to have been able to know that I might have had a guaranteed scholarship wherever I went because they had more money to spend on you scholarship-wise, if that makes sense, because you're guaranteed. As long as there is a spot open on that roster that needs to be filled and they're like, we want you, you're getting a scholarship.
I mean, yeah, I think it's good to provide, younger members of the generation, good financial security, especially if they work their way up from a rough upbringing. But like, I found a stat here. My source is either Sea of Blue or Summer Sports. Schools may pay current D1 athletes up to up to $20.5 million a year. And because of revenue sharing. And I think that's wild. And like Cam said, it sucks to see this go this way, but at the end of the day, whether it's when it comes to sports and especially college sports, all that people are going to follow is the money. That's why you see conference realignments happen. That's why you see TV deals happen. That's why the Pac-12 almost died, is because their media deal was up, and Oregon, Washington, UCLA, USC saw a chance to jump at a huge increase with the Big Ten. They took it. Stanford and Cal ran with the ACC because, at that point they were just trying to jump off a sinking ship and land where the best they could. And then you see Colorado, Utah, BYU, they're all in the Big 12 now. Again, it's money talks, and I don't want to say it's gonna ruin college sports entirely, but if left unchecked, it will.
This is going to be something we'll probably see for the next they're going to be testing the waters. Something tells me that this year it's going to probably be the most unchecked, or it's going to be the most checked because they're scared of what's going to happen. And depending on how this year goes, that might change a lot of people's minds too. You got to think about that. Like, this year could really impact how people see this. So if people are acting fools, or there's so many freaking programs getting cut, there's going to be an uproar. So this could get kicked back if that's the case. So it's really going to be up to the players to, set an example of how this is going to go. And again, we're talking about 19-year-olds here, so the bar is low.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of interested. He's been very outspoken about it. Cam, if you were in charge of all of this, what do you think what would be the most you could see an athlete getting as a fair price for revenue sharing?
Oh, man. I mean, I don't think any of them should make more than, with the economy right now, more than $30,000 annually, honestly. I mean, that is what a minimum wage job, maybe that might be a little bit more than what minimum wage can pay you. I don't know what it is now, but I mean, I don't think any college player should make more than that. I don't think they should have, there's okay, I get it. You're a good QB, your junior and senior year, you're getting paid $250,000 out of your, however much annually. That's insane. I couldn't imagine thinking of a 21, 22-year-old getting paid more than $30,000 realistically until he goes to the NFL, if he does. I don't think it's fair. I think they should learn how to, sustain themselves off of low money and live like college students do. That's what gives them the drive, and that's what gives them that character building and all that stuff that they learn in college before they go into the NFL, before they just become, wife beaters. But we're not saying that all of them are. I'm just saying that's what happens. I mean,
wow.
See what happens, dude. See what happens. People get paid a lot of money and they do some crazy shit, right?
I mean,
They do. They turn into different people and they do crazy shit. They don't have any problems in college, but as soon as they get to the NFL, they start beating up women or something. You know what I mean? Like,
I could have thought like maybe drugs.
Yeah, like maybe underage drinking. No, we're just gonna go straight in.
I mean, underage drinking is a given, though. Everybody's gonna do that. You can't say that just because they're making money now that they can do it now and they wouldn't before, because they'll find ways to do it before they had the money. And that's part of the character building. That's part of the experience of college and stuff like that. You don't need
liquor from the cops.
You don't need to make a lot of money. You need to make enough to eat, survive, and be happy. But they do not need crazy salaries, making more than someone who's been working for the last 20 years or whatever, and they're making more than him in a year. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's bullshit to me. That shouldn't happen, and I think it's going to have a very negative effect.
So they shouldn't make six figures until they get to the NFL.
Absolutely,
if they make it to the NFL.
Yeah,
if they make it to the NFL. No, yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah, I get it. If you're like maybe the best ever, right? Maybe 50, 60K or something like that, but you shouldn't. I mean, maybe up to $100,000, but they shouldn't make. I mean, even then, they shouldn't really have that kind of money. Being a college student, anyways.
Well, when it comes down to it, because like the better your team does, the more revenue you're going to get, and the more money you're going to get.
Which is bullshit too.
For Big Ten teams, every playoff game, the revenue generated from that team gets shared amongst the conference. So as much as Dolan and I hate Ohio State, it was really good that they went and played for the national championship. I'm not saying win it, but them playing in the national championship game helps out Iowa and helps out Penn State because the revenue generated from them is shared across Big Ten schools. And
don't worry, Michigan. We remember you too.
Yeah, well, Michigan's
even if we don't want to.
Michigan's 4-0 against Ohio State the last.
Well, let's not give the QB a bigger salary because some other team went to the national champion and won it. You know what I mean? Like you're not getting paid more next year just because another team did it. You know, shared revenue. They're not going to do that. It's probably going to go to the coaches' pockets anyways.
Yeah,
I bet a big sum of it will.
See that I would not be as mad, but I could understand that more than fucking players. But the question I've got here is, how is this going to impact the NFL?
You're going to have some weenies coming in, dude.
Exactly. That's the other thing.
Imagine this. Just think of this, right? You got a college kid. He was a really nice running back in school. Right? He's getting paid $250,000 annually. Okay. That's like pretty much starting salary for an NFL player, right? So he comes in, right, with the mindset he's been making that for the last 2 years already. So he's already coming in with the mindset much younger than the other players did, right? He hasn't had as much responsibility. He didn't live his junior and senior years of school like NFL players did, right? And they see him and they're like, you know what? Who are you, kid? You know, he thinks he can talk to people a certain way because he's making a lot of money. Everyone, when they've got money like that, they think they turn into different people, man. They start talking differently and they start acting differently and they think that they have some sort of power over you. And I mean, we could go on about the psychology of what money does to people, but I just don't think. I mean, I think it's going to definitely. There's going to be more egos. There's going to be more problems. There's going to be less mentally mature players coming in, and I think it's softening the league. I think it's going to soften all of football, honestly. I mean, if you're really like we said earlier, like that guy's he doesn't have to have a job. He's going out to the bars and stuff. He doesn't have to pay for anything because he's got a scholarship. He's getting paid for playing ball, and so he's had all this free time, no responsibility to do anything. And I get it. You want to play harder to get more money, but like you said earlier, Jacob, you should want to play hard for like your pride and your honor, you know, in your game. You want to play because you want to show somebody. You want to show the people. You want to show, you know, the National Football League. You want to show them what you can do and stuff like that, right? You're playing for yourself, and that's really it. And I think that's all you really need. But with money involved, it's going to make a big difference, you know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I really hope that we don't get paid more than like $30,000 max, right? Like I can get it if a college player is getting paid $1,000 every 2 weeks or a week or whatever. That's chill, right? I mean, that puts it at like $25,000 a year, or if you're getting paid every week, that puts you up to $52,000, right? So I feel like reasonable money. Still, they don't need to be paying them at all, I don't think, but at least that's a little bit more reasonable, and I hope it doesn't go above that, because if it does, it's going to have even worse effects on the league. IMO.
No, I agree with that wholeheartedly. We have spent about a good 40 minutes talking about this, and I mean, it's a lot to talk about. I'm sure we'll talk about it more as the season progresses and what we see from players and whatnot. But
all these teams do shit.
Right.
I mean, again, this is the test year, which and I don't want to root for this thing, but I want to have faith that people are going to at least try and put their best foot forward for this. So sports don't die like that. It's just because that would just be heartbreaking. So
no one wants to see that.
And I'm hoping if things are looking really bad, somebody has at least the balls to be like, hey, we need to do something about this because this is a problem, and be able to bring it up. But I don't know. We'll have to see. Like you said, we'll have to see.
And see, we shall. But getting back to what we were talking about with the league, football is back, gentlemen, and we get started with the preseason football. Kicks off in 2 days with the Chargers and the NFC runner-ups, Detroit Lions, in Canton, Ohio for the Hall of Fame game. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure 2 out of the 3 of us have been to Canton and gotten to visit the Hall of Fame. Is that correct?
I have.
Yeah, me
I've
too.
driven by it multiple times. Never gone inside though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's so cool, man.
Oh, dude, it's
you gotta
awesome.
go if you get a chance. Yeah, don't you have like? Well, I'm sure
we're not going to talk about that right now.
Times.
Yeah.
I've never gone in. That's crazy.
No, I got really lucky when I was there. So I walked. This was when I was going out to Philly for the National Wrestling tournament. I was like, you know what? I'm staying in Toledo. Canton's not that far away. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go by. I'll take a quick detour. I walk in, and the lobby is filled with workers for the museum, for the Hall of Fame museum, as well as press. I'm like, okay, this isn't for me. What's going on here? Shannon Sharp's brother, who was getting inducted, he was visiting that day. And so everyone was like all lined up for 2 Hall of Famers coming. I'm like, wow, I get to meet a couple Hall of Famers. What a day for me. And then I just looked for all the Bears memorabilia I could.
Was there a lot?
There was a lot. Of course, what the hell?
There's a lot of every team except for the Eagles.
Got it.
The Bears have
the most Falcons as well, because I know you like them. That was your first favorite team.
Yeah. Got to be at one point in your life, right?
But I digress. The game is going to be on at 7 o'clock on NBC or Peacock, wherever you can get the game. Good weather for a preseason game. You know,
it's going to be great.
72 degrees as what the weather's looking like right now.
Chance of humidity?
No, just a little cloudy. And now I know preseason isn't where we're going to see like the big names per se, but it does give, rookies and other talent a chance to show what they got, and that's one of the things I like about preseason is that it gives them that opportunity to be like, hey, don't cut me. I can be a very valuable member of this team.
I will say this too.
That's why they need to learn that in college before they make money. Because if they were already making money in college, listen to this. If they were already making money in college, when they go, they're going to get cut and they're going to be like, they're not playing as hard or whatever because they've already had the money. They don't feel like they didn't need it as much. They feel like money wasn't the thing. But these kids that are coming from not making any money at all and they want to go show off in these rookies in these preseason games, they really want to show up. They really want to show their best and they really want to play hard. And now if you're paying NCAA players before they get into the league, I don't think we're going to see as hard of play coming in. But anyways.
Well, we're going to see what the new look Dan Campbell offense is going to look like without Ben Johnson at the helm. Not Kellen Moore. He was at Philly. Never mind.
Are they playing starters for the Hall of Fame game? Correct?
They might, maybe for like the first quarter.
Yeah, they'll have a couple snaps, but they probably won't you'll probably see Herbert and Goff do like 10 snaps, and then that'll probably be it for the whole game.
Yeah,
honestly,
Detroit,
if that.
Detroit,
but they don't like to risk getting their players injured, especially preseason. You
don't want that at all.
When players don't have control of their bodies yet.
Detroit last preseason. I mean, I know preseason record doesn't really mean anything, but they went 2-1 in 3 games with their only loss coming to the Giants in preseason. They lost 14 to the Giants. Yeah. How are you going to go on a generational run but lose to the Giants in preseason? I'll tell you why. Your backups aren't as good as the Giants are, clearly.
What, their actual team or their backups?
That's neither here nor there. The Chargers went 1-2 with losses to Seattle and the Rams. Their only win against Dallas.
I will say this. The preseason is very entertaining to watch because there's so much just random stupid shit that happens during those games, like for no fucking reason. You would not dream this up in any regular season game, but for some reason this shit is happening in preseason all the time. Like there was one game against the 49ers last year where they played hot potato pretty much, trying to get down the field.
I love that.
It was the most entertaining thing I think I've ever seen because you would not see that anywhere else. Only preseason, man.
That would be pretty epic. I mean, we've broken down the teams for the regular season. I mean, we don't really need to break down the preseason games as much.
Preseason.
It's just preseason. We're gonna see what we're gonna see. Najee Harris for the Chargers is I don't even know that status. I mean, each team has some questionable people. But
Dallas just had like one of their people get hurt in training camp, so
yeah, well, that's also going to come off of based off of last season too.
It's really too hard to tell what's going to happen for the game. I think the Chargers have the over and the Lions have the under. I think it's 32.5. Minus 102 for the Chargers, minus 118 for the Lions. I think Chargers will do it probably. Or yeah, I'm just gonna say Chargers now.
I'm on the side to agree with you based off of Detroit's preseason last year. However, Dan Campbell is like the ultimate hype machine as a head coach.
He's named after soup.
You got a problem with that?
No. Just saying.
Andy Warhol.
Sounds like you do, though.
Andy Warhol made a lot of money off of simply painting a Campbell's soup can.
Okay, well.
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
It's insane how much money people pay for art and style, dude. It's insane. It blows me away.
You should go find yourself some like modern art and you will laugh hysterically at what art has become. Like
just fucking people wiping their ass on the fucking canvas, dude. People taking shit on a canvas and putting it up in a museum and calling
almost literally they do like one brush stroke one way and then like one the other way, boom, done. $1 million right there. I'm like, why?
You see that Banksy painting that shredded itself as soon as someone bought it at auction?
I did see that. I thought that was
pretty
funny.
Cool. I was like, that's fucking awesome. That's what's going to happen to these fucking NCAA players, dude.
Yeah.
They're going to get to the NFL and just fucking, we're going to turn into fucking confetti.
Fizzle out.
No, they're getting paid.
Training camps wrapping up, it's going to be fun. One of the things I am slightly worried about is in his first pass in 7-on-7 under Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams threw an interception.
At training camp?
Yeah, at training camp.
Boo fucking who? It's training camp, bro. That's what it's for.
I mean, I know our defense is good, but like, come on, Caleb, get it better.
What do you mean? That defense isn't that good.
It's better than the Saints.
Catching an interception just says maybe your quarterback's not that great.
Better than the Saints.
You know what?
We have a literal snake for a quarterback, dude.
For the sake of friendly rivalries here,
I could wipe my ass.
Who do you think's going to do better this year? The Chicago Bears or the New Orleans Saints?
I'll tell you here in a
second. There we go.
Of course.
Let's hear the bias.
I could wipe, like you said, I could wipe my ass on a canvas and it would be a better quarterback than what y'all have down in New Orleans right now.
No, I was talking about making money for paintings and art and shit. I wasn't talking about Caleb Williams.
My ass cheek could throw a better football than Spencer Rattler.
What was the Bears defense
behind my balls?
What was the Bears defense rated last year, huh?
Better than the Saints.
I got you. Hold up.
That may be true. But every year for the last, I don't know how many years, 4 or 5 years, me and Jacob have made a bet that the Bears would do better than the Saints, and then I say the Saints will do better than the Bears. And the Bears have yet to do better, have a higher record than the Saints. Yet.
Who do you want to know? Who do you want to know first? The Saints or the Chicago Bears?
I thought we were talking about the Hall of Fame game.
Well, we're on this now. Well, no. Just who wants to know what the rankings are?
I don't care what your fucking monitor says, dude.
Go ahead. I'm listening. You can start.
You're interested?
Go ahead. Read off what you're reading.
Chicago Bears defense ranked 12th in the NFL. And
this is last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I said their defense was rated higher.
And then
Bears suck me, bro.
New Orleans was 25th in the league.
Ooh,
yeah, bro.
Damn.
That's way better than 12.
More numbers, bro.
Yeah, bro. We're literally double better than you.
Yeah, I bet that's why you think the higher number wins in golf too, huh? Right? That's why you're undefeated in golf.
I am against you and Hunter.
Because the higher number wins.
And no, I had the lowest strokes. Shut up, bro. You don't even know what you're saying right now.
I do know what I was saying.
We're gonna play again here soon, okay?
I know we're gonna be at the game.
I'm much better than I was last time. I've been practicing with my grandpa.
So I will say, watching them at Top Golf almost freaking throw that fucking driver. That was pretty entertaining.
What?
You've been practicing strokes with your grandpa? Is that what you just said?
I didn't say that. Stop projecting.
No, it's going to be interesting to see. I hope the Bears do better than the Saints, obviously.
The Bears will rank 11th in the league this year, and the Saints will rank 24th.
And I cannot wait to go watch this freaking game in October, man. Oh man, that we might just kill each other.
Dude, I'll try not to rub it in too much.
Make sure you get a clip of that.
When the Bears are
Saints fan kills his best friend Bears fan.
when the Bears are at 56-0 at halftime, I promise I won't give you a cop out.
You know what? I want to ask something.
Like that'll ever happen.
Right? I'm gonna hold on to this little T-bit till the game. So, predictions for that game. If you had to guess, realistically, off of everything you've seen so far.
42-7 Saints.
For real.
Yeah.
Make it a friendly wedge.
Oh, no. I'm going to
Bears by a million.
No, for real, though. Who do you...
Okay, well, then you better make him say something for real, because 42-7 is unrealistic for that Saints offense.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Well, the current Saints offense, maybe, since we've seen them. But it's not unrealistic. It's not an unrealistic score.
It hasn't gotten any better.
If you score once, we score 7 times. I mean, that makes sense.
And now your math's off, because 7 times
6 47-10 or 42-10. No, that's 40. Yeah, that's 6 times. We score 6 times. You score 1 time. Whatever, dude. Don't worry about it. Okay, 49-10.
Okay. And that's what you really think is going to be the final score?
No, I'm going to say 42-10. Or how about this? I was
going to try and poke a hole in your logic there, but I was
28.
Not even going to go into that.
28-10? That's what you got?
28-10. 28-10.
35-17 Chicago.
Write this down.
35-17 New Orleans.
I'm going to write this down. So Cam's got 28-10.
Saints. 35-17 Chicago.
I thought we were talking about the Hall of Fame game. This guy just likes to start shit.
Well, then we moved into training camps.
Yeah.
Oh,
you said 35 what? 35.
17.
All right, I'm gonna say the Eagles won't even score 35 points the entire season this season.
Wow.
Clip that, bitch. I'm just trying to piss you off.
Wow.
Yeah. You got to be mad at something, right?
Imagine Philly
I got to say something, dude.
Imagine Philly doesn't score over 35 points. And
no one wants to fucking sit here and watch you make realistic fucking guesses all fucking day. Anybody can do that shit. You gotta expand. You gotta reach out.
Like how the Saints aren't going to really score that much in that Chicago game. That's where I'm reaching out right now.
You have no idea what the Saints are going to do this season.
I'd say there's a higher chance of the Saints going 0-17 than there is for the Bears.
I disagree.
You disagree? Well, of course you disagree. If you didn't disagree, then I would think
that would be a problem.
Saints fan.
I'm going to go buy a Commanders jersey. I'm just going to root for them.
Oh, you're going to jump ship?
Yeah, I'm going to do what Dolan did, right?
Moment Julio left, man.
That's never going away.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Dolan.
Nolan had fucking Falcons floor mats and seat covers and steering wheel covers in his fucking truck when I met him. I was he's a real Falcons fan. And then one day we're watching a fucking Falcons game or something. He's like, fuck this. I'm not. Fuck the Falcons. This team fucking sucks. I'm rooting for the Eagles for now.
I think it was like Matt Ryan's like 5th interception.
Yeah. And I was like, what? I was like, you can't do that. You can't just pick a new team out and you're however many years old, dude. You've been rooting for that team for how long? And now you just switch it up.
So I am happy it gave me a chance to spend more time with my dad. So
yeah, and he got a Super Bowl win out of it.
Yeah,
unlike 28-3.
The only reason he started rooting for the Eagles was because they were doing well. They were doing well that season. If the Falcons were doing well that season and the Eagles weren't, he would have never switched it up.
No, because he was a Falcons fan when they went to the Super Bowl against New England, but then Matt Ryan choked.
Well, they were doing well. Pick the best
for
team,
them again
right?
in 2020 record. Start rooting for them again in 2020. Was 2020? No, it was.
You weren't rooting for the Eagles in 2020.
No, you weren't.
No.
2020, we were in Japan most of that year.
Yeah, so it was like 2021. 9-8.
No, 2019 was when we were mostly in Japan.
Yeah.
2020.
2021 into 2022. So 9-8 was the record of the Eagles the year I started rooting for them again.
What was the record of the Falcons that year?
I got you.
I could tell you.
Probably worse. I could tell you that.
I know it was.
Atlanta. What year?
2021.
7-10.
So not even that much worse. You just gave up on your team completely. Threw the car mats away and just gave up.
That's a 2-game difference.
I know. It wasn't even that bad, and he just gave up. That's what I'm saying.
There was more to it. He just doesn't want to admit it, and I'm not going to admit what the real reason was on camera because that is a family thing. So you can come at me all you want about that.
I don't know what you fucking mean by that.
Don't worry about it.
Mouth, bro. Don't you have Twinkies to go eat?
No. I'm actually down. Joke's on you. I'm down about 20 pounds. Yeah. Weighed in this morning at 238.
Good. Keep lightening up. It's going to be easier to fucking pick you up and throw you.
You couldn't even if you wanted to.
I could.
Bro, if I get in shape, you're done for. I mean, I'm in shape now. Round is a shape, and I'll fuck you up now.
Yeah. You're the fucking ball trying to go through the square hole, dude.
Don't fucking make me break out the luchador mask.
Trying to become a square, but he's just too.
Don't make me break out the luchador mask.
There's nothing straight about him.
I'm gonna hit the meanest fucking elbow drop on you when I see you next week.
What's your prediction for the Hall of Fame game, Dolan?
I'm gonna go with the Lions. I want to say like 20 to 10.
I don't know if it's going to be.
It's a low-scoring game for preseason. I feel like
it's a preseason game, though. It's the first real game of the season, but
but I think preseason goes hard, right? Preseason, especially in early season football, is when you see those big games. You see someone go off because their offense has been tuned up well, but the defense on the other team
is still
keep up. I feel like it takes longer for defenses to get up to speed than it does for offenses.
I say 20-6 Detroit. 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals for Detroit, 2 field goals for the Chargers.
38-21 Chargers.
Okay.
Oh, not this Friday, but next Friday is going to be a little bit unique of a situation. Friday, August 8th. Because if I think he's going to be here, Cam will actually be emanating live from here.
Dope as fuck.
Yeah, I'll bring my laptop. We'll just sit next to each other.
Yeah.
We'll cuddle each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop projecting. I know you wish you could be in that shit.
What do you mean? He's coming out in October. He'll have all
I know. He's going to try. He's going to try. He's going to...
He's gonna dry what?
He's gonna try and cuddle us. Get the fuck off.
Well, he already told me that he loves me because I told him we were gonna go golfing and then we'd go out to Chili's. And he's like,
"Yeah, Chili. You know the way to Dolan's heart."
Me a Wolverine mask with the Eagles on it. That just
buttered.
I'm gonna get you a Saints jersey, Jacob.
No.
Yeah.
No, because the Bears are gonna
lose, and I'll get you a Saints jersey.
Bears are going to win. Iowa's going to win, and then I'm going to get Dolan an Iowa shirt.
I'm not getting an Iowa. No, I didn't make any bets with you. I don't make bets with either one of you anymore.
Well, maybe we should make one right now. I'm laying it on the table. I already have Penn State shirts for wrestling anyway.
What are you trying to bet on? The Penn State, Iowa, or Chicago versus New Orleans?
Iowa, Penn State. Hold on. I want to look at
I know who I'm rooting for on that one. I'm sorry, buddy.
I know who I'm rooting for on that one.
I don't care who you root for.
What do you mean, you fucking cunt? What do you mean? What do you mean by that, Jacob? I've always rooted for your freaking team every time I've been out there to a game.
I know.
Well, then chill out. No need to mock me. You little.
Hey, you're buying into the rage. You're buying into the rage bait right now. You're buying into the rage bait. Don't make me
go off right now, dude. I will fucking crash out.
You're buying into the rage bait right now, bro. I need odds on this game, but we're not going to get odds until it gets closer. I was going to say, whatever Penn State's favored by, if Iowa covers the spread, that's a win for me. If Iowa doesn't cover the spread, that's a win for you. You know, you'd be surprised how much Penn State fans I have in my TikTok comments after asking Drew Aller and James Franklin about playing in Kinnick. And then they're like, oh, it's a Mickey Mouse stadium. Well, somebody, I had to find the comment. Hold on a second. Somebody was ready for that.
Yeah.
No, like an Iowa fan was ready for it.
That last time we played in Iowa, though, that was rough, man.
So over their last 8 trips to Kinnick Stadium. So, like, what's that? Like 16 years if we play each other every other year?
5?
Penn State is 3-5 on the road at Kinnick Stadium over their last 8 trips.
That is a fucking hard stadium to play at. I'll give you that. It's a fucking obnoxious. I hate it so fucking much.
Oh, you're gonna love being
there.
You're gonna love being there.
Yeah, you're gonna. With all that.
And now going into the game, I just want you. I know that stadium has caused pain in your life, and I get it.
Fuck you.
It's caused pain for Ohio State fans as well.
I mean, Happy Valley's done the same with you, so.
Oh, it has, but we've also had I don't want to say we've had good luck in Happy Valley, but we've won some games maybe we shouldn't have in Happy Valley a time or two. Iowa versus. I just want you to keep an open mind about like experiencing Kinnick Stadium, like from the perspective as a fan.
Well, yeah, I am. That I'm excited for. Am I excited to see what happens? I don't know.
Time will tell, won't it?
Yeah. 8-7 advantage.
What are we doing next week?
Well, we don't really have anything on the slate for next week, so we'll see. We'll probably be talking about preseason games again. Maybe we'll dive into some college sports because, once August turns around, we are in the month where college football comes back.
The most wonderful time.
Agreed. One of the things I like, though, is that you would think that it might be a little bit more spread apart, but the actual series record between the two teams is actually kind of close. I mean, out of all the times we've played, Penn State has 18 wins, Iowa has 14. So it's really pretty close, and it's a competitive game every time they play each other.
Except the last time they played. That was
we don't talk about we don't talk about that fucking time.
We talk about what do you mean? We've been talking about the other one.
Okay. Well, then I'll do this one. 2020, when we went to State College, we won 41-21.
There you go.
What was another game that we
man.
What was the game we weren't supposed to win?
Was it against Penn State or was it against some other team?
No, it was against Penn State. It was at Penn State, and we weren't supposed to win. I think it was 2009. I want to say it was 2009. We went to Penn State. Here, hold on. 2009, Iowa v. Penn State. Yeah, I don't think we were supposed to win that game because, so heading into that game, you guys were number 5 in the nation in 2009. And we ended up winning 21-10, and you guys didn't score at all after the first quarter.
It happens, man.
That was a different Iowa team, bro. Take me back to those Iowa teams where
there's been a few games in my life that like hurt, but nothing hurt like that fucking Iowa game.
Oh,
that one hurt my soul a lot.
You mean the one that should have been College Game Day when we were 3 and y'all were 4? You talking about that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a good game. Don't worry, we immediately lost to Purdue the next week.
Good. Fuck you.
Fuck you. Yeah. Don't make me say it. When was the last time you guys beat Ohio State? Oh yeah, that's right.
You had to go there, didn't you? You just had to fucking go.
Poopy.
We were cool. We were happy. You had to fucking go there. You want to see a crash out, don't you? Fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
Well, I think you guys beat Ohio State more recently than we did. We most recently beat Ohio State in 2017 when we put a 50 burger on them. But I think you guys were sooner than that.
Imagine being a Cincinnati and an Ohio State fan.
Yeah. Why would you want to cheer for those damn schools? Well, professional and that school. Well, that's going to do it for this episode where we talked money talks and pads pop. Football's back. Thank the Lord. Football is back.
We feel better on Thursday.
I think a lot of us will feel better on Thursday.
Till then, I'm still depressed.
I'm going to feel the most happy, though, that first college game day. Actually, no. I'm going to feel happy and sad because that first college game day is going to be special because I love college game day, but it's also Lee Corso's final college game day. as he's retiring, which I'm a little upset about, but I get it. Then we also talked about the House versus NCAA settlement. We'll get into that more. Cam thinks that it's going to make this generation of athletes soft. I don't necessarily disagree with that, but time will tell. Remember, you can find us on Instagram, X, Facebook, and YouTube, all at Gridiron and Grit. We go live every Tuesdays and Fridays. Don't miss the takes you didn't know you needed. We go live at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time, 7 o'clock for our East Coast friends that are joined with me. Make sure you use code Gridiron and Grit to get 10% off your next W order. You can find us also on Spotify. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell. You'll be happy you did, so that way you don't miss out on anything. Until Friday, this is Hollywood Jacob Worthen signing off for Nathaniel Dolan and Camden White. Thank you for tuning in.
See you Friday.